Hey, what's up, everybody? I was trying to play these things, and unfortunately, they're not working really well right now. So I apologize about that. I am the important one, Mr. Mayhem. Welcome to the Pulse. And of course, we're going to be joined by our analyst here, the great Promodamus, Brick Johnson. All right, we got a few people joining us here, as always. He is your boss. He is my boss. He's our boss, Bossolini.
Buy my merch.
And buy his merch. Also joining us here, he loves to join us here, and he's our man, John.
Hey, boss.
Where can we
Redbubble.com.
Say again? Yes, redbubble.com. In the search bar, Heart and Soul Fed. And the last one here, he looks like he's out on location, or he's out and about today, but he wants to come on and say a few words. Welcome, Dr. Perpendicular.
Good evening, everybody. How are we today?
We're doing great, sir. How are you doing? It looks like you're out and about or taking care of some things at home.
Well, no, actually, I decided to help Miss Karen out with her yard and her watering of her flowers and such.
All right, all right. So we're talking about the Road to the Showcase starting tomorrow. It's going to be starting at 6:30 Central Time, 5:30 on the west or on the Mountain Time, 7:30 Eastern. It's going to be a great show, Brick. What matches are we looking forward to here on this? I know besides your match. Oh, you're on mute there, Brick.
Little technical difficulty there. I think the big one is definitely the tag team #1 contender matches, and also the main event between A-List and Ivan Rage.
All right. Boss, I know you got some vested interest in this, even though you're not on this show. What's your thoughts?
So, when you look into this, of course, you want to see who's going to come out of the tag team. But what has my eye is that triple threat match that goes on to face Hollywood between that crazy cracker Heathen, Heathen, the Mad Puppy, and that third guy. I'll remember his name in a minute, but that's one of those matches that I can't wait to see. But there's so many things that's going to be happening on this show. And of course, I got to watch my tag team partner, my brother, Mr. A-List Alverson, retain the Pure Heart Championship.
All righty. Well, as you mentioned that, we're going to bring a couple more people on, then we'll go to John for his thoughts. welcome the Soulfire champion, Hollywood Haywood.
How y'all doing? I'm a white boy.
And
what you got?
White
there you
boy.
go. And the #1 contender to that Pure Heart Championship, welcome, Ivan Rage. All right, so John, I know you've been kind of keeping an eye on things here. You watch from afar. Give us some of your thoughts. What are you looking forward to?
So, on top to the bottom of the card, it's very hard to pick what's going to be pretty much going to stand out. I'm looking for obviously the tag match. Can the legendary story reclaim some glory that they had? Can Ivan Rage surpass A-List Alvarez? And I saw that someone made a comment earlier. Who's going to wear a dress? Is it going to be Mr. Wallace or is it going to be Landfill? So those are honestly right now the biggest matches I am looking forward to at this point.
And turn Kyle.
Well,
Oh,
Dr. Perpendicular, usually you come on here, you have something important to say. This is rare to have you just here to hanging out, or you just need to cool off a little after doing some work for Miss Karen.
Well, no, actually, I do have a small important announcement. And it has to do with one half of the current tag team champion here, and that is the outlaw man himself, Rig. Now, with him being a tag champion, obviously he needs representation. And I, of course, volunteered to, because for every person that I represent who holds title gold, I get 10%. So it's capitalist America. Don't blame me. But
You're just greedy.
with the terms of the deal of the match, I believe it was a bare bone match between him and that villain fella. Mr. Rig has been demanding a lot. And a lot of the things he's demanding, it's a lot. It's not like, cash fuels or peanuts or, that BS that Mr. Haywood likes. It's, he's wanting some sheepskin seat covers. He's wanting some new chrome lug nuts for his tires, and that's a lot of tires. He's also requesting something about a massage lap, something that goes over his chair that can massage his back and buttocks while he drives. I don't think that's safe, but he's demanding a lot. So therefore, as of right now, we're holding off on singles competition until Mr. Villain can, deem all that. However, I do have a message from Rig to Villain and to the entire promo world, if I may have a minute to read it.
Please.
He says, "Dear HSP and all you assholes out there, I, Rig, one half of the greatest tag team champion ever, have been doing a lot of thinking. Recently, I have joined a nice Buddhist clan who has helped me to meditate and motivate myself. Once I have reached enlightenment, I will return to beat the villain's ass. With that being said, ha ha ha, he, get ready for the hell raisers." And that's it.
Okay. So are we working to try and get this match still signed between Villain and Rig, or is he totally stepped out on this?
Well, he's not totally stepped out. He's just waiting for Villain to say something. Apparently, Villain has to have the right hoodie in order to make his announcement. He hasn't found it yet, so we're waiting to hear from Villain.
All righty. I guess we'll wait to hear that word. So thank you for that, Dr. Perpendicular. I appreciate that information. So we'll finish up with thoughts, and then we'll talk about this. So Hollywood Haywood, I know you're not watching. You're paying attention to the triple threat. Any other matches you're paying attention to?
Well, you know, I think the main thing I'm paying attention to is that triple threat. And the other one that I'm really looking forward to, and I got to be honest with you there, Mayhem, is I'm looking forward to Ivan Rage versus A-List Alverson. And I'm going to tell you why, because, you know, Ivan Rage did the unthinkable. He did what a lot of people didn't think he would be able to do. He already beat Hodgson. And you know what I'm saying? I think he can do it again. And that's nothing against Ivan Rage. That's nothing against you, Ivan Rage. Got nothing but respect for the self-made man down there. And that's what I'm saying. You beat Hodgson, and you're on a roll. You know, we start to call that you beat A-List Alverson, we call that a trend. Do you get what I'm saying? And then you hold one of the most prestigious prizes in all the game over top of your shoulder after that. And you know that right now that title's been playing a little hot potato. It still could be hot. And the last time I played hot potato, I got screwed. You can ask Boss about that. But I'm telling you, you might not have the same bad luck I had.
All right, so Ivan Rage. I do want to say that there was a little bit of buzz, and we're going to go ahead and call it an upset over Hodgson. You came out very strong. A lot of people picked Hodgson, and you proved them all wrong. Besides your match, what match are you looking forward to seeing?
I'm looking forward to that triple threat. Sure. That triple threat is going to be really, really interesting. But I'm excited, and I'm coming on here to toot my horn. I did think no one gave, and the fact that nobody's giving me a chance, including the bookmaker at a 3-point underdog, makes me want to prove them even wrong. And for Hollywood to come out and all of his hypes and tell me I'm not worth it, I'm a bottom feeder, puts that fire even more into me.
All righty.
Sorry.
A-lister, bro.
A-list. Sorry, my bad.
Wrong title,
For A-list to come out and say I'm on the bottom 5 of this roster makes me more fired up, and the fact that nobody's giving me that chance makes me even more fired up to come out and kick his ass.
Yes, John, you have a point.
So I apologize. Dr. Perpendicular, the villain just called me and wanted to know when did message.
Say that again.
So the villain just called me. He just wanted to know when and where was he expecting a message. He's been waiting for Rig to flap his guns again, apparently.
Wow. Well, he didn't tell me that. I guess I'll have to find out there one day. I tell you what, I'll have my people call Villain's people. How about that, Mr. John? Will that work for you?
Well, it's not. He was calling me. He knows I'm on screen with you guys right now.
What's he calling you for? He can't come and ask me himself? He can't do the job himself?
No, apparently not, because I'm on screen with you, dude.
Well, you tell him he contact me directly, or I'll come kick his ass.
All right.
Righty.
So I'm gonna say,
anyway,
I do want to go. I do have to go because I'm in beautiful sunny California right now with my family, enjoying my vacation before I come out there and annihilate A-List Alverson here tomorrow. You know, so I just want to say I'm ready for this fight. He better bring his A game, and that's that.
All right, thank you, Ivan Rage. All right, so Brick, let's go to you on this here. This big develop. Okay, we're going to go over to the boss then. Oh, you're good. So, Brick, I wanted to ask about this big revelation here that Rig is asking for all these demands to get involved in this bare bones match. What's your thoughts on that?
I think it's too much. I mean, you got to keep it simple. Just sign the damn contract, have the bare bones match, be done with it.
I think I distinctly
All right.
remember Mr. Brick Johnson at one time on a title match requested the Laker girls and some Cheez-Its. And you're telling me that's too much.
Hey, that was a different time and a different place there, Dr. Perpendicular.
I
Seriously,
think
You
so.
were
That's the
supposed-
Laker girls. You
that
could have picked better.
seriously, the
That-
Lake girls. You could have asked for the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. They're so much better than
They
them.
were busy at that time. I didn't have the finances for the LA the Cowboys. They're a little more expensive than LA, so you got to pick and choose your battles, you know. And that was supposed to be under classified files there, Dr. Perpendicular. You weren't supposed to see that.
Not my fault that the secretaries tell me everything.
Gotta fire them.
So, boss, what's your thoughts on this?
Well, it could either be one or two things. A scared man trying to find as many excuses as he can not to step up to the match that he proposed, or it's a mind game to wear down his opponent to see how much he's going to give. So when he decides to attack, he knows that he's at a weakened state. So having Dr. Perpendicular in his corner, Rig might be playing the methodical wear down his opponent approach. And Brick, if it was your match, why would you have to pay for the Laker girls? They're supposed to be giving that to you.
I was told I had to pay for
You
it.
need to learn how to read so your contracts don't get you screwed over.
That's what
I
you
read
get when you don't
now.
have proper representation.
I read now. Back then, I was just like, oh, title shot. Okay, I want this, this, and this. Well, you can't have this one. I'm like, okay. And it was different time, different place.
That means you just got to give them 5 seconds of sexy to just prove everybody wrong.
There will be no 5 seconds of sexy. Karen damn near had an anxiety attack last time. There'll be no more of that, sir.
You
Rick,
said I can't do it.
give them 5 seconds of sexy.
I did. That
One,
I won't. Stop it.
Three,
Stop it.
4,
I said stop it.
5.
Karen, don't look at the screen. Karen. Oh, God. I hate you.
Move, Ethel. He already got a free shot. For those of you that know the street.
I hope
right,
Kyle
let's
kicks your
start-
ass inside out.
Let's start talking about some of the matches here that we haven't talked about yet coming up tomorrow. I want to talk about one of the qualifier matches here, Sir Captain and the Villain. Former tag team partners got drawn to face each other. Rick, what's your thoughts on this one?
I think it's going to be very interesting. Going to be a very tough match because, you know, tag team partners usually know each other really well. So it's going to be an interesting match, and I think it's going to be a tough match for either one because, you know, the tag teams, they spend a lot of time together. They know, you know, ins and outs on their characters. So it's going to be an entertaining match.
All right. All right. And before we go to Bossolini, we got another guest joining us here. Please welcome Mary Sue.
Hey, boys.
Hi, Candace, sweetest
So,
boo.
boss,
Let me
what's
see
your
that
thought?
to the room.
What's your thoughts
All right,
on Villain and
Villain and Sir Captain. I just seen these two face off not that long ago in a 2-minute massacre where the villain was relentless on his former tag team partner. The question is, has Sir Captain realized that the kid gloves are off? And he gonna come out fighting, or is he just gonna lay down and just take it? So right now,
We'll find
I got to put my money on the villain.
All right. John, I know you have some discussions with the villain in the past. What's your thoughts on this?
So I have to agree with Fox. I saw these two face off. It was you saw the villain very not happy. So where you don't know what you were gonna get. Do we see Sir Captain actually learn his lesson and actually give the fire back in return, or is the villain just going to do the same thing? I'm going to try not to be biased here because normally I'm obligated to pretty much say the villain, but I think Sir Captain may pull this off because honestly, I don't believe the villain feels like he has anything to prove anymore versus Sir Captain. So who knows? May not see that same side of villain again.
All righty. Mary Sue, what's your thoughts? I know you faced off against Sir Captain in the past.
Yes, and I am hoping Villain just stomps him because Soul Captain beat me by 1 point. So I'm really hoping that Villain beats him.
All righty. And Dr. Perpendicular, have you been paying attention on this tournament and your thoughts on it?
Yes, I've been keeping up with the Cliff Notes, and I have to say that Sir Captain might actually have a chance this time. The reason why I'll say that, he's been catching a lot of grief from what I've been told about how he puts promo artists to sleep. And I don't think that might be the case this time. I think he might actually wake Villain up. But if I had to put $100 on it, but I'm not, but if I could, I would put my $100 on the Villain.
Folks, make sure you gamble responsibly. If you're gambling on this stuff here, make sure you don't get yourself in a bind. All righty. So I apologize there for a second here. So let's talk about the other qualifier match here. New to Heart and Soul, fairly new. We've got Bojack Grizz taking on TK3. Rick, what's your thoughts on this one?
Well, you got the rough and tough Bojack's Grill.
Grizz.
Bojack Grizz, I did it again. Versus TK3, the polish, the good looking, thinks he's all that. It's gonna be a good back and forth match, but the stronger one I think is gonna be Bojack's on this one.
All righty. Boss, I know you're familiar with both of these men. What's your thoughts?
First thing, I'm not going to overlook that Brick said that TK3 was good looking.
He thinks he's good looking. I'm comfortable with my sexuality. I can say guys look good looking. You are a beautiful man as well there, boss. So there we go.
Stop kissing ass. Stop kissing ass.
But Bojack Grizz, he has something to prove. He's looking for a little redemption from his last match. So I think that Bojack Grizz is going to come out with a little more fire than he did the last time he was on screen. So I think that he's going to come out and put his boots to that pretty face that Brick like a VC3.
Okay. Folks, we have breaking news here. We have the villain. Villain joining us, sir. You asked for an emergency appearance. Here you are.
So Dr. Perpendicular, you want me to contact you. So why don't I sit here and contact you on screen right now? So what honestly is it that your so-called little client, your representation really want? I gave him what he wanted. He wanted bare bones, no holds barred. I gave it to him. So what honestly does he want? It's starting to sound like you're just like Sir Captain. And when I'm going to sit here and destroy him tomorrow for being the same lackluster promo artist, it's going to be Riggs' reckoning also at that moment, because he's going to start to realize I am not the person to mess with.
Well, to be honest now, Mr. Villain, you are not quite worth his time just yet. He needs more to put his time and effort into you, sir.
He's backtracking. He's putting his tail between his legs. He realizes he stepped up to a man who he knows he can't beat. So he's going to run away and hide behind every single thing he can hide behind before he can get to me. I see it.
Well, you don't seem to understand how the promo representation works when it comes to contracts and stuff like that. It's all very technical. However, for 10% of your earnings, I'll be glad to represent the both of you and be a mediator between the two.
You see, I don't need representation because I have a boss already who represents the villain. And he has already told me every single thing that I needed to learn about your so-called little client. And what I've learned is that he runs his mouth like a big boy, but he hides behind everybody. And his tag team partner learned that already. So when he is ready, you can tell him he doesn't have to hide behind you. He can come to me.
Well, I do want to add in, Dr. Perpendicular, really quick. I would like to add this in. I just got in touch with our legal department, and they'll be reaching out. We want to try and keep this main event for May 12th. So we're trying to do the best we can within reason. So I want to let you guys know as you finish discussing this, the legal department for Heart and Soul does want to keep this main event in some way.
Well, simply what it is, before, which I guess I can just throw it out there since nobody has any respect for due process. Simply, he feels that since you're not worth his time, that you need to prove yourself if you really want that bare bones match.
I'm not worth his time.
That's what he said.
He's been running from me since day one, and yet I'm not worth his time.
I assure you, sir, I have seen him in person and how big he is. He has not been running anything.
He's running right now as fast as he runs his mouth. But we're gonna have to table this for another day because we do have a show we still have to cover.
Very well. My people will get in touch with your people. Actually, I'll just come to you straightforward when I have an answer. Does that satisfy you, Mr. Villain?
Satisfies me.
And I do want to say that as of right now, this is still the main event for May 12th. So until we get some kind of retraction letter from Dr. Perpendicular or from you, Villain, that's still the match for the main event on the 12th. All right, and thank you, gentlemen. And let's move on. Let's go back. We were working on Bojack Grizz and TK3. So,
TK who?
Dr. Perpendicular.
EC3. EC3.
TK3, that's that blonde-headed Zach Morris lookalike, right?
Yes.
I don't like him. I hope Bojack kicks him right out of the arena. I hope he kicks him all the way down the curve. I hope he kicks him all the way down to that other fan. that he came from, whatever it is. Nobody cares.
All right. Mary Sue, your thoughts?
Oh, very sad,
Yes.
sad day for me. I have to agree with Dr. Perpendicular.
And Dylan, do you have some thoughts on this one? Somebody you could possibly be facing in the gauntlet.
TK who?
Trenton Kensington TK3.
Are we sure that his mom is going to let him attend a fight? Honestly,
Grounded.
Next thing you know, him and what was his name? Heavy Metal Maniac are like best friends, and they got themselves in trouble. So I doubt that we're gonna see TK, whatever number he wants to call himself. Bojack is gonna get the win.
I heard from a little buddy that TK3 got kicked out of his country club for snapping people on the buttocks with a towel.
Are you sure it was a towel?
I heard it was a towel, but I didn't ask specifics.
All righty. Well, on that note, we're going to take just a quick break here, pay a couple of bills. We'll be right back.
Not yet. It's hard to watch anything on a small ass screen.
All right, and we're back. So, sorry about the technical problems today. The internet is not our friend, so the commercials were playing a little bit slow there. So, let's talk about the tag team match here, even though we don't have anybody on here, but we've got the Lifeblood taking on the Legendary Story. Rick Johnson, what's your thoughts on this match?
I think Legendary Story has some unfinished business they need to take care of. And Lifeblood just, they've been kind of going backwards, I feel like, instead of going forward. So I don't know exactly what's going on there, but I'm going to go with Legendary Story on this one.
All right, that's true, boss. They lost Josh Steele. He's gone back to dealing with other business he has, and right now it's just Mad Dog and Prince Blackheart. What's your thoughts on this match?
Well, the Lifeblood losing Josh Steele might have been the best thing that happened to him.
Really?
Because you don't need someone with an ego holding you down. So maybe the team can find some cohesion. But the thing is, the Legendary Story, who feels that they could have went further if they didn't come up against the shot callers. They're gonna go out and they're gonna do everything they can to be the ones that say that we dethroned the current tag team champions. So I'm gonna have to give it to the Legendary Story.
All right, and then a follow-up question for you. You're facing the winner of whoever wins against the Highway Hellraisers match on the 26th. You're facing them at the Champion Showcase. Would you rather face the Legendary Story again, or would you rather face the Highway Hellraisers?
Well, me personally, I'd rather face the Highway Hellraisers because, you know, myself and A-List had some people who didn't like us, so they held us back. So going one-on-one with these guys one more time, we'll show why we are the ones that's blessed with the gift of gab, and everybody else is just there.
And there you go, right there. Every time Promo Boss says shot callers, somebody's buying some merch. Renee Drago.
Shot callers. You know,
Alrighty.
but that's what we do. We go out there and we call our shots.
There you go. Alrighty. So, Villain, I know you're not involved in the tag team ranks, but what's your thoughts on this match?
Honestly, to the comment about every time Boss says shot callers, someone's buying merch, I just hear the dollar signs just ringing, and I'm not even part of the shot callers to call that.
Shot callers.
Buy Boss Bellini's merch. So, honestly, yes, I'm not part of the tag team ranks. It's fine for me because I don't do well with other people, whether they're across from me or side by side. But the match that we're talking about is Lifeblood versus Legendary Story. Blowout. You have a team that is just pure promo gold versus a team that's still trying to figure themselves out. And right now, if this was, say, 5 weeks down the line, you could possibly see the Lifeblood maybe getting the victory. But at this moment, at this current time, tomorrow, I would not be surprised if Legendary Story came out on top.
All righty. And welcome to the show, the Tin Man. Let's get your thoughts.
Well, you know, as far as it goes, as far as Bossellini's merch there, I did buy some Bossellini merch, and I put it in the wash machine one time, and guess what? It shrunk. Now I have to send it to Mary Sue because that's about the only person here that can fit it now. So get your stuff right. Get the people to make the stuff right.
Hate.
Now, as far as the tag match, you know, he talks about, you know, the shot callers did this. You know, we couldn't beat the shot callers, but you want to know something? The shot callers couldn't beat the Highway Hellraisers. So,
I did make
how is
that,
that any different?
I did make that point. So, what are you saying?
Well, we couldn't beat y'all, but y'all couldn't beat the Highway Hellraisers. Are you saying that we can't beat the Highway Hellraisers?
That's not what I'm saying. See, you need to actually listen to the whole statement, not the cliff notes.
Well, you know, personally, Mr. Blackheart, I can't understand a word he says. It's going to be hard. It's going to be very hard. It's going to be a tough match because it's going to be hard to understand anything that he says at all. And Mad Dog, I mean, personally, I don't think he's had all his shots yet. Matter of fact, I don't even think he should have went against Mary Sue in that match because he missed his vet clinic. He didn't go get all his shots. I think he's got ringworm, a heartworm, or something going on with him. He's always mad all the damn time. Now, Villain, I got a text message earlier from Perpendicular. You said that it's funny to you that, you know, Rick said that you're not worth his time, that you feel it should be worth it. Well, I tell you what, Villain, how about this? Until your people can get squared away with whatever demand Riggs want, why don't you show that you really are worth that time? Why don't you come at me, little boy? Because I will take you by your little hood and hang you up and leave you there for everyone to laugh at. You will be a piñata for Mary Sue's children at their next birthday party when I'm done with you. You want some? Come get some.
Oh, wow. We got a Rick Steiner quote here. So, you know, Brick, let's play a little devil's advocate here. Since everybody's picked the Legendary Story, let's say the Legendary Story moves on. Legendary Story versus the Highway Hellraisers. Who do you have in that one on the 26th? if that match happened?
I would have to go with probably Legendary Story on that one. Even though they're both new tag teams, the cohesion, I feel like, is better with Legendary Story than the Highway Hellraisers. But I've been proven wrong before.
All right. So, Villain.
So, Tin Man, you seem upset that I talked seemingly down to Dr. Perpendicular and the whole rig situation, and you want me to step up to you. So I'll say this. If Rig doesn't show up, I'll be glad to step up against the legendary Tin Man in his place.
Ooh. All righty then. So now let's talk about the main event, or as Quack goes, the main event. Oh, boss, please, before we get into that, go ahead.
Okay, so since you said everybody's gonna pick the Legendary Story, who would I have against Highway Hellraisers and Legendary Story for the titles? Well, I would have to go with the Highway Hellraisers since Tin Man just came out and said that he's going to be Riggs' hired gun anyway. So that means he's going to lay down for him during the match.
Ooh.
You know, when you
All
make
right.
an assumption, you make an ass out of you, but you will not make an ass out of me.
It's too late. It didn't already happen.
Oh, yeah, you definitely made yourself look like an ass with your
No, I
pineapple.
made an ass out of you
self.
already when we beat you in the tag match.
Oh, yeah, you beat us in the tag match. You got lucky, but guess what? You still didn't take the tag title. You want to take the tag title, you're going to have to take it from the Legendary Story after we whoop the Highway Hellraisers, if you make it to that point.
I got a guaranteed shot. Moron, pay attention.
Oh, well, guaranteed shot. Good. Well, then I guess we will see you at the end of May or in the beginning of June or whenever that is, because we're going to take the tag belts. And I'm going to sit there and dangle them just like that little guy did on the commercial where you're trying to grab the dollar, because you're not going to be able to grab it. I don't care what the Bossolini and how much merch he buys and sells out there you got. There ain't enough merch out there you can sell to take down the legendary Tin Man. And I don't give a shit about Alverson and his little blah, 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 and everything
See,
that
that's
he
your problem.
does. I'm going to knock those pretty little teeth out of his mouth, and I'm going to
thought
stuff them right
process
up your
is
candy ass.
individualized. The shot callers is a team. We're not two individuals. We are a team. So you got to understand that, Tin Fan, that when you face off against the shot callers, you know, you have not once yet heard me say, oh, a boss is going to do this. No. The shot callers are going to do this. While you're sitting there saying, well, the legendary Tin Man is going to do this. But what about your partner? It's a team effort.
It is a team effort. You're absolutely right. And here's the thing. He's going to have his little shots at the shot callers. And then whenever the Tin Man goes in there and does his thing, he's going to narrate every single move that's out there. Because the shot callers is, yes, a team, and they have cohesion. I love how you use that word of cohesion. You have to remember the shot callers is a tag team that has been known around the promo world. And that's fine because y'all have experience, but the legendary story was put together at the last damn minute. And look what we have accomplished so far.
Whoa, hold a minute. Pump your brakes, young man. Because if you know anything about the shot callers, baby, the incarnation of the shot callers that's here in heart and soul is the first time that they done teamed up. And even then, we proved that we are that much better than you. So you can see me at WeWinYouLose.com.
It's kind of hard for the shot callers to sit there and talking about bang, bang when you're shooting blanks.
See, there you go again. We need to clean that wax out your ear. It's bay.
The
Not
only
bang,
thing
bang.
going to be cleaned is my foot being cleaned out of your ass.
Did I strike a nerve with you, young lady? Maybe
You
we should
didn't
get
strike
somebody who
nerve
got
with
real
me.
balls. Go find Karen.
You couldn't strike a match, Pineapple.
Don't get mad. Go get Karen. We know she got more balls than you.
I don't
think
need
that's
Karen.
your
I'm going to tell you
balls.
something right now, too. I ain't got to worry about me and the storyteller whooping the shot callers down and putting them in their damn place. I don't need to do anything like that. If I have to, I'll just carry your little ass out there and whoop you regardless if you got A-list Alverson or not. Now go slice that pineapple up.
Speaking of that, speaking of A-list Alverson, let's talk about that A-list Alverson against Ivan Rage. Rick, your thoughts on that one?
You know, even though he talks a good game, he, works really hard. I don't see Ivan Rage beating A-list. A-list is at the top of his game. He's top wherever he goes. I mean, he's A-list for a reason. So we'll see what happens.
All right, boss. I know you've got your man there, A-list Alverson. But do you think this match is going to be a close or a blowout? Are we going to see something shocking out of Ivan Rage that we didn't expect? What's your thoughts?
I expect this match to be a hard fought match because I believe Ivan Rage. I believe that Ivan Rage is going to actually come out and he's going to leave it all on the table. Because he knows that he knows that he's going to have to bring everything he got and then some. If he even wants to have a hope and dethroning my partner.
All right. Villain, I know you and Ivan Rage have a friendship working here. So what's your thoughts on that match?
So it's going to be a hard-fought match either way. I have no ill feelings towards A-list Alverson. I've seen him from organization to organization, and he's proven to be the top dog wherever he goes. But recently, just a handful of matches, Ivan Rage has changed up what he is doing, and it's working. So hypothetically, can Ivan Rage stump the man that's at the game in singles competition? I don't know. And it hurts because I like both sides of this coin. I'm gonna I'll have to put my money down on A-list Alverson, but it's not by much.
All righty. And Tin Man, I know you've had a scrap with Ivan Rage recently. The Adventures of Rainbow are part of Tuesdays with Tin Man. But I know you've been in battle with A-list Alverson. So what's your thoughts?
Well, I will say that he has shown some improvement. He's shown a vast majority of improvement. He is doing a lot of different stuff. But when it comes to it, I have to agree with Villain on it. I don't know if it's going to be quite enough to really beat A-list Alverson. And if it is, it's not going to be much. I give it maybe a 2-point difference. I'm going to say at least a 2-point difference. Whichever one wins, it's not going to be that much of a difference because, like Boss Salini said, he is going to put everything on the table. Literally, he's going to have to put everything on the table, even before the match, because no weapons are allowed in the ring. So, yeah, you got to empty out your pockets. It is going to be a hard, close battle, and honestly, when it comes out to it, the only way Ivan Rage is going to win, he's just going to have to step it up. He's going to have to step it up higher than what A-list does. But the thing is, A-list always has just one more smidge of talent just above everybody else. because I don't think A-List Albertson has pulled out all the stops. I think he's got a large bag of tricks, and he can pull them anytime he wants to. So as far as an actual winner, I can't really make a prediction. But if I got to put my money on it, I'm going to say Ivan Rage just because fuck the shot callers.
So I will say
All
this.
righty then.
With me saying it, if this match was further down the line, months down the line, I guarantee I would pick Ivan Rage because of how much he's already improved in a short period of time. Now give him a little bit more. I think by the end of 2022, Ivan Rage will be either Soulfire or Pure Heart champion.
All right, that's a bold prediction, but I definitely can see that the leaps and bounds he has made. So we'll go into final thoughts now. Brick, you're taking on your intern Kyle on this show. Your name got drawn out of the hat, and you're facing intern Kyle. So any final words or final thoughts for intern Kyle or the show in general?
You better strap those laces up and get ready for a hell of a show, and he better pack his lunch because I'm here to stay. Well, for that match, or go a little further if I can. So he better pack a lunch and maybe a snack.
Brick, I have a question. What are you going to do when you pull out the 5 seconds of sexy, and then all of a sudden intern Kyle somehow pulls out the 6 seconds of sexy? Always having just to one up you.
I'll have to pull out another 5 seconds.
10 seconds of sexy.
8-minute abs. 8-minute abs. Sorry, it's a different movie for a different day. Mussolini, your final thoughts.
I believe this show is going to be very interesting from top to bottom. I don't believe that any match is going to disappoint. I believe that sometimes the legendary 10-man writes checks that his ass can't cash. But, you know, you try to be in everybody's Kool-Aid, not knowing the flavor. And at the end of the day, no matter what you say, a shot caller is in the main event. Baby.
All right. Villain, final thought.
My final thoughts right now is, will Riggs show up? If he doesn't show up, then I could possibly have a legendary 10-man staring me right in the eyes as we face off. Now, I'm going to say this. I do not have ill feelings towards 10-man because he is legendary. He is that damn good. And how else can I can show what I am made of than going up against him? That's my final thought.
All righty. And 10-man, you got Negan in the qualifying. Final words for Negan and any other final thoughts?
Well, as far as it comes to Negan, I will say this out of a matter of respect. I do welcome him back. I know he's had some hard-fought battles, but he's back and he's here and he's ready to rock and roll, but he's not going to be rocking 10-man. He's just going to be rolling down the hill. As far as the intern and the analyst, I mean, I don't see how in the world Kyle even got his name put in there. Like, that's some horse crap. I really think his little Aunt Karen had something to do with that. And I'm going to get down to the bottom of that, too, because that's retarded. I mean, he's accident prone. He's dumb. He's dumb. He's a surfer. He don't know what the heck he's doing. He's an intern. He don't know how to promo. Kyle just he needs to stay out of the promo thing, and he needs to stay back there and doing his intern thing. Like, he needs to stay in his lane and stay out of other people's Kool-Aids. Which, speaking of Kool-Aids, I don't have my finger in everybody else's Kool-Aid. Okay, I'm not Macho Man Savage. I'm not the cream of the coffee. Okay, I'm the sugar in the tea. I'm what makes the tea great. I'm what makes the promo world great. And as far as villain, I'm going to tell you, Mr. Villain, you don't have to worry about if Rick don't show up and you going to have a legendary 10-man in your face or not, because I'm in your face right now. And I'm going to be in your face till May 12th, and I'm going to be in your face until you think you're worthy enough to come at me. Because I'm legendary. And when I mean dairy, I don't mean milk. And if you think I'm talking milk, I'm going to kick your lactose intolerant ass all the way up the hill. And the Tin Man has spoken.
And with that being said, that's the final word. Thank you very much for being on the show, everybody. Tomorrow, the road to the showcase. Make sure you check in 6:30 Central Time, 5:30 Mountain, 7:30 Eastern. We're going to get started with the pre-show, and then we're going to bring you some great matches. Thank you again, everybody. And we'll see you tomorrow.